So Mel loves her husband, but then she cheats on him. But then she hates him. But then she loves him. But then she doesn't like him anymore.
A big old piece of trash.
But now it's her birthday, so she likes him again.
I understand that. I agree with that. But why?
Pick a damn lane! Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for your friends and neighbors. This one's going to be doing my next review for your friends and neighbors. This is for Season 1, Episode 3, and Episode 4. So, another double review for your friends and neighbors. You guys showed a lot of support for the first one, so I want to continue this one, obviously. I've been checking this show out with a buddy of mine, Overraised Gamer. We've been checking this one out as we've kind of gone through, and it is one of the top Apple TV shows of, the entire thing. And, well, I've reviewed a lot of Apple TV shows, some good, some bad. We've had our mix. Yeah, this one actually I think falls in the category of a really good one. I really enjoyed both of these episodes. I thought they were very good. It's kind of a feel-good show, but it's also got crime mixed into it, you know what I mean? It's kind of a mixture of those things. It's kind of like a half sitcom, half crime series is kind of how I would describe it, which is kind of a healthy mix. You don't see a lot of shows like that these days. So, this episode, episode 3, is titled, Theoretically Herpes, which is an interesting name. We have a few plots in this one. We've got, his son, Coop's son, who goes to a party in this one, because him and his, daughter are staying over at his dad's for the night. He has them that night. And he's, like, hey, I'll make you guys dinner, and they just ignore him completely. They just, don't even acknowledge him. And essentially they all head out, and you have this party they go to, and Tori, his daughter, we don't see too much of, but his son we do get a lot of here, because he ends up taking some mushrooms and shit, and he even tells his guys, he's like, guys, I don't think I can do drugs, I'm not gonna do well drumming, and he's just like, well, only one way to find out, pure pressure type shit. So he does that, and of course he almost damn near blacks out playing the drums, and they're just like, yo, what the hell, man, what gives? And I'm just sitting there like, weren't you the one that influenced him to take those drugs? Don't do drugs, kids. Seriously, do not do drugs. It's no good for you, and it'll ruin your life. That's the best way I'll put it for you. Yeah, no, he goes through it, though, unfortunately, and then, obviously, the sister of Coop's, she ends up kind of, having to pick him up and stuff. There's, a sequence where he's like, am I, still seeing what I'm seeing? And she's like, well, if it means you're sitting in a bathtub, then yeah, that's exactly what you're seeing. So, that was great. I like the sister. I like her. She's really cool. Well, essentially, you have, him, he's kind of just still not doing all that good, but the next day he goes to school, and, the girls are, saying, hi, how you doing, so he's he actually feels seen, which he kind of explains to her. He didn't feel seen before. Now he kind of feels like maybe he is, so W's there. I like that. That was some good, little development for him and stuff. That kid's messed up, man. I hope he kind of comes through. Maybe kind of, starts to fix his life, I feel like we'll see that over the course of the show for some reason. I don't know why, but kind of get his act together, and, things start to change for him, Hey, look, it's not too late to change your path, kid. It really isn't, I know he's messed up now because his mom's a fucking idiot, which, let's talk about the mom for a minute. Let's talk about Mel here, okay? Now, talking about her is weird because she doesn't know what the fuck she wants. She hates Coop, she likes Coop, she loves him still, she doesn't love him anymore. I don't understand her character, and we'll talk about her more in episode 4, because that's when it just got really out of hand, but, yeah, her character's just so fucking strange, man. I don't understand her. So, anyway, you have a few other scenes going on. You got Mel and Sam and some of the other women in the neighborhood that, have this little get-together and stuff. They're doing, some kind of, class together or something. This stuff was all right, but it was definitely my least favorite stuff. It kind of just didn't really do anything. It was kind of just there. You can tell Mel's still not happy about the fact that she ruined her marriage, but I'm like, well, what are you going to do, Little do you know, you're talking to the woman that's, screwing Coop, every couple nights, Sam just doesn't say shit because she doesn't want people knowing. Well, actually, I think she wants people knowing, but Coop doesn't. So that's that whole situation going on there. But you've also got the woman that he, brought the watch to this last episode, the older woman. She ends up kind of going up to him and saying, like, I want to see your house. I want to see if you were legit, She kind of comes on in there, and, it's kind of an intense moment. But I thought that was pretty intense. That sequence was pretty insane as well, too. And there was a lot of good sequences in this one. I like Barney in this one as well, too. The bald guy, he's kind of cool. He's, like, kind of helping him, try to sell himself, for a job and stuff like that, trying to kind of help him out and stuff. So there were some good scenes there. I did like a lot of that stuff. Obviously, he's still breaking and entering into homes, which he's been doing, obviously, to, get money and all that stuff. So I thought that was exciting. Again, there's some crime stuff mixed into all this, drama going on. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, obviously, the episode kind of comes to a massive cliffhanger here at the end as well, where you basically see somebody comes up to him as he's inside one of these houses, and they click a gun, and you don't know who the hell it is. So I was just like, oh, shit, what? What, So it was a pretty intense cliffhanger, so I instantly just went to the next episode, because it was a pretty insane cliffhanger. So you kind of are led to wonder who the hell it is, what the hell the cliffhanger is all about, and yeah, pretty insane. So obviously the cliffhanger kind of goes on forward, and we find out at the end too that the house that he's in, that he's searching, is Nick's. So that's what he's basically trying to do, trying to get the upper hand on him, trying to steal from him, and try to get him back. And hey, look, I ain't gonna argue with that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna argue with that. Nick is a bitch that took his wife, and his wife is just as stupid as he is. Yeah, I would say that was a great scene. Great episode in general. I thought it was really, really enjoyable. I think the only things that really stood out to me as uninteresting was just some of the slower stuff, I'd say, with, the Sam and Mel stuff and all that. I was kind of just waiting for those scenes to be over, I like Sam, Mel, not so much, but I found those scenes kind of dragged out, and they kind of were just pointless. They didn't really do much for anything. So yeah, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It's good, really, really good. I kind of had to sit on my rating a little bit at first, but I give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was actually really good. I just think that plot, I'm docking a point off for that. But aside from that, thought it was good. And even that plot wasn't the worst thing in the world, so that's why I'm only docking a point. Now, episode number 4. Now, 4 was interesting because I think 4 was good, but I think 4 kind of, as I sit on it, kind of degrades as time goes on. I like episode 4, but I gotta say there were some issues with this one. Now, let's talk about the things I did like. I liked the stuff between, which we reveal in this one. Elena, who is Nick's housemaid, is the one that ends up clicking the gun to, obviously to Coop. And it's Nick's housemaid. She's a very entertaining character. Elena was awesome. She basically finds out that, Coop's a criminal now, and he's going through all this stuff, and she doesn't turn him in. She actually wants a cut of this shit. So they start raiding houses together, and they actually end up kind of forming a messed up alliance here. So I thought that was honestly pretty hilarious. And the duo of them in this episode was great. They help each other out. They give each other cuts of the money, this and that. I thought that was all really, really, really good stuff. And overall, I thought that was definitely the better part of the episode, was them two going through. There was one part where it got kind of close, too. He was in a house, and there was like a dog there, and there was an alarm going off, and he had to run out of there and stuff in time. So they helped each other out, He ends up messing his leg up pretty bad, though, trying to get away. So she ends up kind of tending to his wounds and stuff. And then he's like, oh, I got to get to Mel's party. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I know you're probably still deep down or in love with her. When you're married that long, you never really fall out of love with somebody, regardless if they cheated on you. So I get that, but he goes to her party, and she's just fucking strange in this plot. Like, she goes up on the stage, and, you got frickin' Nick there and stuff. He's trying to give a speech for his girl right in front of Coop. I'm like, Nick, I fucking hate Nick so damn much. Like, he acts like everything is just normal. Like, as if it's normal for him to just be with his wife out in the open and just not apologize for him, breaking the bro code, especially because, I mean, apparently he was, like, literally Coop's best friend, and here they are fucking, like, all with each other on stage, like, oh, I love you, babe, and I, this and that, I'd do anything for you, and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous, and not in a well-written way either. I feel like it's just, like, dumb storytelling. Like, the way that they do that, and then you got frickin' Mel that's just all like, oh, I love you so much, but then she's ready to give her speech, and then when it's time for her to give her speech, she runs out the fucking door. She runs out, you know? And then the sister has to pick up the slack, which I found was kind of funny. Allie, right? She has to, you know, pick up the slack. She kind of sings a song and shit like that. And then, well, essentially, she ends up running away. We then see where she went, and she ends up jumping on some trampoline, and it's like mirroring when they were a family together, so she's like reminiscing and all this other shit. And then Coop goes up to her, they share a moment together, she says how he needs to be a better father, and they both messed up their kids in the end, and this and that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine and dandy, I don't have a problem with that, but Mel's fucking character sucks. Like, she's actually so annoying to watch, because it's like, she's unapologetic for what she did, she still wants to be close with Coop, Nick still wants to be friends with Coop, but then she's out there calling him a lazy father, a lousy father. She's acting all like this. I'm like, I'm not understanding what her character's supposed to be. Like, she's just dumb. Like, she's dumb and she annoys the shit out of me. I don't know what it is. So, I don't like her. I don't like the scenes that she's in. That really annoyed the shit out of me in this episode. This episode was good, but I think it kind of was carried by Coop and Elena and them and their robberies and, you know, the action sequences. When it came down to Mel's birthday, I just didn't give a shit when it came to Mel and her whole stunt and everything she was doing. And then he ends up leaving, Coop ends up leaving, and then Sam is just in his car ready to get with him. And I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, Coop, you're much better than this woman. Like, in terms of, Mel. Mel is a fucking idiot. Go with Sam, you know? Hell, have an open relationship with her, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, she wants it. Why the hell aren't you? Your ex-wife is a dumbass. Like, seriously. So, I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10. A little below where episode 3, but still good. You know what I mean? Still a good episode, still enjoyable. Just Mel really docked, like, a 1.5 for me. I really was just like, chick, are you fucking stupid? Well, she is, but, but, like I said, if I was Coop, I would just say, look, I got a good thing going on with Sam right now. I'm gonna see where that goes, you know? Screw this bullshit with fucking Mel and, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's like, we're both parents. We're both raising these little bastards, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You gotta be co-parents, you know? You can't just say, oh, it's all on you, or, oh, it's all on you, you know? Like, no. You cheated on him, own up to your shit, you still clearly have feelings for him, too fucking late, you know what I mean? So, that's what I say about her, she's an idiot, and Nick's just as much of an idiot as well. I don't like either of their characters, if you couldn't tell. So, yeah, episode 4 was solid, but I think it's my least favorite so far. It's good, it's still a good episode, 8.5, you know, it's still very solid, but I think it did lack with Mel a little bit. I just don't understand what they're doing with her. They gotta pick a lane with her or something, so, I don't know. We'll see there, but anyway, good episodes, though. Good episodes regardless. I hate Mel so much. I just fucking hate her character so much. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, guys. Let me know what you all think, of course. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies need a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.